To code mode. So today we are going to take a look at this new design called Glassmorphism. So this is a fairly new design and it is supposed to be better and accessible than the trend on 2020 that was Neumorphism. So when I was browsing, I found this article on Medium, and this article describes the Glassmorphism design on a very detailed manner. We are trying to emulate this design, and to emulate this design it is very easy, and even if you are a beginner you can continue with this tutorial, and I'll leave the Medium link on the description box, so you can also check it out and read this article by Michael Melwicks. So let's get started with the video. So okay guys, now let's get started. So we have a basic project here. I have created a basic project uh, without anything. Like our homepage is this Glassmorphism page. That is a stateless widget, and we have a scaffold, and within that scaffold we have a container widget here. So first, let us give this container widget a background image. So for that, I'll be creating an asset folder here, and within that, new images folder. So new folder, assets/images, and I have downloaded a background previously, so I'm going to paste a background within the image folder. So let us go to the image folder and paste our downloaded image here. This is the image that I have downloaded earlier. So let us rename this to simple name. So I will name it bg.jpg, and we will have to import our assets in the pubspec.yaml file. So to do that, we need to uncomment this asset line here, and we need to set our assets path here. So that will be assets/images slash save this and let our pub get run. So I guess our importing has been done. So let us give this a background image. For that we need to give it a decoration, box decoration, and within the box decoration we need to give it an image of decoration image. And on that we have to give a image value here too. So our image will be asset image. So now we need to paste our image path here. So I'll go here and copy the relative path from here and paste it here. Now let's save and restart our project. I think we have got some error. I don't know. Okay. So the project has been restarted and we can see this image. So let us make this image cover the whole screen. So we will do fit box fit cover. So our image has covered the whole screen. And now let's get to the main part. Now for the main part we will have to make a container widget. So we will give this container child, and we will give this container a height of 300 and width of 300. So you can see our container has been created, but the whole size of the parent container has reduced to the child container. So for that we will wrap this with center. So our child container will be on the center of the parent container. So you can see the image is full again. So now let's give our container widget a color of white. So for the glass morphism look, we need to make it look like a frosted glass with a little bit of whitish shade to it. So for that we'll have to play with three things basically. One is the opacity of white color. Second is the blur of the background. So, and the third is the border of the container. So with using that three different aspects of the container, we can make it look like glass. So let's get to it. So first we'll give it a decoration. The decoration will be box decoration, and let us copy the color from above here. So the color will be colors.white. So nothing has changed yet, and we'll give it a radius of border radius dot circular, and the radius will be of 16. So now to make it look transparent and to make it look like a glass, we need to decrease the opacity. So to decrease the opacity of any color, we can use dot width opacity on the color value here. So we'll give it an opacity of 0.2. So you can see it does look a little bit like glass, but we have to add a blur value too. So to add a blur value, we need to wrap this container with a backdrop filter widget. So this backdrop filter widget will take a filter argument, filter value. The filter value will be of image filter type, and the image filter will have a blur method, so we can apply it. So let's save it. As you can see, we have enabled the black backdrop filter and given the filter of blur, but our blur is not showing here. So for that we need to give it two different values, that is sigma x and sigma y. We can make it same value. So let us give it a value of 16 on the both y axis, x and y axis. So let us save it. So now we have saved, our blur effect has been applied, but the whole screen has the blur effect. So to reduce the backdrop filter to only our child, we need to clip it out. So to clip it out, we will use a clip rect widget. So let's wrap it with a clip rect widget. So now let's save it. You can see our blur effect has been clipped to only show within the child container. So the effect has been applied here. So now, but if you can see, the effect is still not applied fully on the border radius here. So we need to give it a radius the same as our child container. So the radius will be, so we could remove this border radius of the child container, but we still will need this, uh, because to make this look a little bit more like glass, we need to apply a different border radius, sorry, a different border, a border that will make it look like the edges of glass that are bleeding light. So let us give this a border. So we'll give this a border of all, border dot all, and the border will have width of 1.5 and color of colors dot white dot with opacity of 0.3. Let us see by saving it. So you can see we have gotten a small border of 1.5 width and color of white, a semi-transparent white. So I think the color can still have a less opacity. So I think 0.2 will work. So even though our container already looks like a frosted glass, we need to give it a shadow to make it look like it is popping out of the background. So now for the shadow, we need to wrap our parent widget of clip rect with a container. So to give it a shadow, we need to wrap it with a container and give it a decoration of box decoration, and we will have a box shadow. So the box shadow is a list. So the box shadow is, and it will take three or four different arguments. That is, one is blur radius. So we'll set the blur radius to 16 and the spread radius to 16 as well. And the color of the box shadow will be semi-transparent black. So let us make it colors dot black with opacity of 0.3, let's say. I think that will work. So we can see our shadow has been applied, but I think the shadow looks too dark. So let us decrease it to 0.2. So I think we need to give it a little more blur radius. So you can see the out shadow looks good and the glass looks like it is popping out of the background. If you don't want the less blurry version, you want to max out the blur, you can change these values too. So let's say 40 and 40 and save it. You can play around with the values here with opacity of the color of the glass and with the blurriness of the glass, as well as you can change around these different parameters as per your liking. But I think this one looks much better and much like glass. Let's give it a child of text here to test out how it will look. You can see our child widget pops out, child text widget pops out and looks much better with the blurred glass effect here. So this glass morphism is fairly new and it is getting attraction within the designer community. So guys, for now that is it for the Glassmorphism effect, and you can subscribe for more Flutter content. More will be coming soon. And if you want me to make some specific Flutter contents, you can always write in the comment. I will try to make different and interesting contents for Flutter. So don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. So thank you guys. That is it for today. See you on the next video.